thank you though for giving us like this short amount of time to talk a little bit about what you do and how everything's going right now in Radiometer regarding their IT strategy and IT management.
Yeah, of course.
So just to give you a little bit of insight, like, is it okay if we begin now the interview?
Yes, of course.
Okay, perfect. We're studying a course that's called Management of Enterprise Architecture and Technology. And basically what they do is give us like a basic grasp or a bird's eye view of how like companies right now are managing all of their technological architecture. And it's very interesting because we've been seeing how alignment works between smaller companies and their larger divisions. We've been seeing as well corporate IT governance and subjects of that matter. So basically, what we have to do with this task is to dig into one organization and see how that IT governance is being handled and their organizational chart is linked into the larger organization's diagram, more or less. So we have like basically just a series of questions. We are aware that Radiometer was purchased by the Danaher Corporation in the year 2004. I don't know how much you know about like how things were run before it was acquired, like technologically wise, and how it changed once it was purchased.
Not much, since I've been in the company for 5 years.
Okay.
So I don't have much knowledge about how it was back then.
Okay. No problem. And right now, for example, how is it aligned? Radiometer's strategy, organizationally, like how are decisions made in Radiometer right now regarding having Danaher on top of them, like structurally or hierarchically having a Danaher Corporation on top of them?
I will say that Radiometer have a lot of power to make own decisions as long as our net results are positive. So as long as we generate the really nice numbers, then Danaher is happy.
Oh, perfect.
So what Danaher does is not getting much into our core business. That's pretty much up to us. But of course, Danaher is looking into how to optimize and save operational spendings on the services that all operating companies have. So, for instance, IT. Of course, it's cheaper to run IT in a large organization like Danaher. So Danaher has maybe 70,000 employees.
Yes.
Worldwide, and in Radiometer we are only 3,500. So of course Danaher can negotiate better prices with, for example, Microsoft. So all our Microsoft licenses, they are owned by Danaher and agreed by Danaher, and prices negotiated by Danaher. So in that matter, and also in HR, more and more processes are being standardized across Danaher, and it's on the financial processes as well. So I think core business and on the analyzers and our core products, we have a lot of freedom to decide, but on these standard supporting processes, we see more and more standardization.
Okay, perfect.
Drive for of course, lower operational spendings.
Absolutely, it makes a lot of sense. And regarding for example, hardware acquisition for technological purposes, do you have autonomy regarding that, or does Danaher still sort of supply it to you guys?
Well, we still have autonomy, but Danaher have recommendations, for example, on which hardware devices to purchase, which standards to use. We are not 100% aligned yet, but we are one of the opcos that are better aligned than others.
Of course, of course. No, we read a little bit about all of the DBS system, and we thought it was very interesting. We also read a case regarding radiometer and how the changes had begun, like after the acquisition, and it's really really interesting to see because it's huge corporations. Even if we talk about radiometer on its own, it's a huge company, and
Yes.
if we focus a bit on radiometer on itself, how do you, for example, you have divisions in other countries, right? Um,
Yes.
and how
I
does
think it's
the
32 or 33 countries.
okay, perfect. And the IT expenditure or the IT strategy, how is that managed within radiometer?
Um, that's a really good question. So basically, we have an IT director placed in headquarters, and he has an IT budget, and that's a global IT budget. But of course, all the subsidiaries around the world, they also have their own budgets. And it's just impossible for us in headquarters to avoid that some of these spendings are used on IT. So if they have some local needs out globally, they might go about and purchase what they need themselves. But having said that, that's one of the places we have really improved within the last 5 years where I've been in the company.
Yes.
That we have come far in introducing global standards. So, for example, on PCs and printers, we have global standards, and we tell the subs to buy the local or the global standards that we define from headquarters, and we negotiate good prices. So, but having said that, of course, there are still IT purchases out locally that we cannot control.
Okay, they only control their own personal budget, and they have a certain degree of autonomy in case like they need to respond quickly to
I
issues.
mean, the procedure is that they have to align with the global IT in headquarters when they do an IT purchase. That's the procedure.
Perfect.
And then sometimes procedures meet reality, right?
Absolutely.
But that's the procedure, and that's how they should act, and usually do act. But we do have cases that where they buy some software that they think gives them a lot of savings.
Yes.
So of course they will make an investment and take those savings if they find it makes sense for them. So it does happen. And we also have China, for example.
Yes.
They can buy some really cheap development locally. So we have examples where they have developed different solutions to improve their processes and to create savings. And they have made that really cheap because, buying workforce in China is just another matter than in Denmark.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Would you say that for example the IT strategy or within radiometer is more like a tool, or would you say it's a strategical driver within like the company's core? For example, does corporate think of IT investment as a driver for the corporate strategy in general, or is it just as buying a computer, a tool that's going to be used and refurbished eventually?
Yeah, that's a good question. The thing is that IT in radiometer is two things. IT is the IT that we sell to our customers with our devices. So that's the R&D part of IT, and that's very much seen as a strategical part of our business. And then there's the other IT. That's what we are responsible for in global IT, and that's more business supporting IT, like ERP and CRM system and office systems, printers, laptops. And I think that's more business supporting. We would like to be strategic partners, but I think we are more seen as supporting the business.
Yeah, it's a trend. I guess that I think it's something that we're basically discussing in class, and it's like more of a philosophical question, and definitely it's something that's beginning to gain more and more relevance with the passing years because of big data and all of this. Because it will facilitate decision making in the future.
Yes, and I don't think we have any managers in Radiometer questioning the importance of IT and data.
Okay.
But going from there and then linking it to what we can offer in IT, I think that's where we still have some way to go in Radiometer as in all other IT departments.
Absolutely. Sorry, 1 second. Where is the IT demand generated right now within Radiometer? Like, do you, for example, from Signe from headquarters, tell the divisions like, today we're migrating to this software, or is it the divisions mostly generating that sort of demand? Where does it come from?
No, it's very much coming from top down.
Okay.
So and some of it is driven by us in global IT, but actually that's also where Danaher drives a lot of initiatives, because Danaher is focusing very much on IT security.
Of course.
So they drive a lot of requirements for us. Like now we have to upgrade to Office 2016 to be able to implement a new technology to improve our security. So that demand comes from Danaher, and then we come to all the subs with that demand.
Okay, perfect. So it's basically
very much top down.
Okay, and it's a very centralized system, more to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Signe, is there any possibility that you could eventually send me an organizational chart, if you have one at your disposal, so we can include it in our report?
Of the IT organization or the entire organization, or what do you need?
If you have from the Danaher organization and the IT organization, it would be extremely helpful just to give better insight within our document.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can see what I can find.
Thank you very much. Are there any parts right now or processes within the IT strategy outsourced?
Sorry?
Are there any parts within the IT process that are being outsourced, like to third parties or other suppliers, not within the company?
Yes, we are actually. We are using vendors heavily for our CRM development and our more customer-facing services.
Okay.
We are planning to do that even more heavily. But yeah, it's not really outsourcing. It's just a matter of placing headcounts in India instead of in Denmark.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
So it's not like we are outsourcing, but we are just hiring people in a development center in India.
Okay.
And we're doing that in all our development areas. So our R&D departments, when they are hiring new software developers, they do it in India, and we are looking into doing the same for global IT. So it's Danaher Associates or
Okay.
Radiometer Associates, but they are just placed in India. So it's not really outsourcing; it's insourcing, but they are placed in countries with the lower cost.
Oh, okay, and those that development center will help as a support for the rest of the organization, right?
Yes.
What will that? You told me that they would be developing software, but which type of software will they be developing? Like for the ERP, CRM, or
the R&D developers, they will develop software for our analyzers or end products. But for the people that we are hiring in, they will develop a customer portal yeah, that would be a service offerings for our customers.
Oh, perfect. It's very clear for me now. Signe, I guess that's in general like the basic questions that we have. This is like a starter for us to begin writing our document. I don't want to take more time of you. I was wondering if maybe in the future you might recommend someone that we can talk to if we have additional questions, because we know how busy you are and we don't want to like become a burden either.
Yeah, that's okay. But you can, I mean, if you have any more questions, just reach out to me and I can point you in the right direction.
Perfect, Signe. I will send you an email regarding like any additional things that we might need, and we appreciate very much your time and disposition.
Of course, you're welcome. I'm sorry for the delay.
No, don't worry. I hope you get better soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was quite mediocre.
Why did